All right, Jody, here we are. We are back.
Yes, we are. Jay Clean, yes, you have a minutes before you can't say good morning anymore. So
Yep. And we're early by a
that's
minute or
okay.
two.
That's okay. That's okay. Because missed you last week, buddy. Wished you last week. And I had a lot going on myself. So
Yeah, so much happening. So we should be smooth sailing from here on out,
well
other than the
before
end of August when I'll be in Iceland, but we'll see.
what's up? What's going on up there?
Just going on vacation.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
It's,
a different one.
it's not too often someone goes on vacation and where you going? I'm going to Iceland. So
Yeah, I might go try to see if I can connect with Halfthor and, go lift the Husafell stone and all
hey,
that fun stuff.
if you do, you gotta get that on your channel.
I know. I
You have
know.
to.
I know. So hopefully that happens. I'm going to reach out to him in the next little while and see if I can set something up. Maybe I'll even get in the ring and spar a couple rounds with him.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Scott McGinnis, by the way, who's been doing an awesome job trying to keep everybody updated on the Canadian Nationals. I'm trying to keep up. Scott. So good job. So
Oh, yeah. Canadian Nationals. Billy Berg is in the house.
yes, he's back. Welcome. Before we get, into our main topics, tell me about Uncle John and what he was trying to do now, because I must have missed something.
I thought I missed it too, but I just saw it pop up on Pradeep's channel, and he said he made two videos. One of them was about Uncle John allegedly trying to break a guy's arm in Arm Wars. And he appeared to be pushing, but he pushed really far across the table to the point where his elbow was way off the front of the pad. Now, I don't think personally that Uncle John was trying to break somebody's arm. Sometimes weird stuff happens, and
Right.
everyone has a different perception of stuff. Now, this is where Pradeep loses me sometimes. Yeah, Jay, I know that it looked bad, but I don't think it was as bad as you think. Pradeep sometimes loses me because sometimes he doesn't understand what's happening on an arm wrestling table. And I don't think that Uncle John was trying to break someone's arm.
Well, first of all, Uncle John's not like that because, he has character. So I don't think he would try to do something like that.
Yeah.
Now,
the one that he did, he made another video, and he starts by saying Ryan Bowen is one of his two best friends in the sport. And then he proceeds to attack Ryan Bowen for not calling out Uncle John. If you're a friend to somebody, and you see some stuff that you want to call them on, you don't make a YouTube video about it and put it out there.
That's when you want to you personally message that person and go, hey, man, and then kind of take that conversation where it needs to go. But yeah, you don't put them on blast like that.
Yeah, that's not how you treat your friends. So Pradeep, man,
what's going on with him?
That's a little bit shameful. You're getting viewers calling out your buddies. So I think you might have damaged that friendship a little bit if it was there in the first place.
Right.
Yeah, kind of bullshit, because I don't believe Uncle John would try to do that to somebody. I just don't. No. Whether or not the video showed it like that, like I have pushed guys like that too, but it's never with malicious intent. It's usually to try to get position, and if the guy goes with it and you go all the way across the table, so be it.
I've done that before too, but not to where I'm trying to, hurt somebody, because if I ever did that, I feel like super duper bad. But it's just,
so I mean, with friends like that, who needs enemies? If you're calling somebody a friend, it's it's just weird. It's weird. And Bowen responded in the comments, and I think he's pretty pissed off that he got called out like that. But he
I thought Bowen had better, tougher skin anyway. So
of course he does. But I mean, Jay Clean says, I doubt he tried to do it, but his elbow ended up on the far end of his opponent's elbow pad. Just looked bad. Haven't seen it like that. Yeah, we've seen it before, though. It's not the first time we've seen that. Now, what Pradeep was also saying was that Bowen failed to call out Uncle John when Bowen himself forgets sometimes that he publishes content that is contradictory to something he's already done.
Right.
Where he, put it on his channel where he was criticizing a guy for trying to break someone's wrist.
Sometimes you can get caught. As a matter of fact, since we're on that topic, I want everybody, once the show is over, I want everybody, and then when you guys get done, comment on this channel, this show. Go look back. It's in the Arm Wars archives, and that they came to Las Vegas. I want to say it was Arm Wars High Stakes or whatever, but it was a match with Cobra Rhodes versus Glenn Bankston. And I want to say it was match 3 maybe. And Glenn Bankston came all the way. Cobra was like this, hold him. And then Glenn Bankston came all the way across, actually up and over on Cobra's pad, pushing him like that. There was a match like that. And that happened on Arm Wars. And I thought there at the time, and this was back in 2013 maybe, and I thought at the time that he was trying to damage Cobra. So you viewers out there, go check that out under Arm Wars archives. It's when they had everyone had the jerseys on, the red, white, and blue jerseys on. Yeah. I think it was High Stakes. Yeah, but look up Cobra Rhodes versus Glenn Bankston. You'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So I guess we can leave that subject at that. I mean, there's not much more to say about it. I don't believe that Uncle John was trying to hurt somebody.
No.
Where do you want to go from here, Jody? What's next on our list?
Well, I know everybody talked about, the Michael Todd pay-per-view and stuff, and you and I were out, so we didn't get a chance to touch base on that. So I would love to say a few things, though, about that.
Yep.
I think Michael needed that match more than people understood.
Remember my analogy of the match when we were talking about predictions?
Mm-hmm.
And I said that Michael will get his King's move successfully because Todd Hutchings cannot take away his pronation.
I don't think Todd really wants to. If
you
watch his matches,
anyone that has pulled through Michael's pronation, or his King's move rather, has controlled the wrist.
Mm-hmm.
So Michael gets position. He's really hard to beat.
Right.
Todd doesn't care about hand position. So gave that away, and then we saw what we saw.
It's more of nowadays with this arm wrestling thing, when because it's evolved in so many, aspects now, and I'm starting to do this too. Whereas you grip up and on the go you hit for the pin. Now a lot of people are hitting for position, because then it doesn't take a lot of energy to hit for a certain position. Whereas if you're trying to hit for a pin, because now you want to make sure you're excited, because we all know, and I'm sure you've pulled somebody that went to the King's move on you, Ryan, and more often times than not, it's a kind of an illusion. And what I mean by that is that, when they get to a certain spot like this, the first thing you want to do is just jump on it and try to press it down as quick as possible. But the key to that move is that you got to be patient. If, and like, here's my analogy that you and I had last time, where Michael's hand's like this and he's way out here, that's hard to beat. But if you get his wrist to go that way, then you got something.
Yep.
Michael could be here all he wants to, as long as he has that.
Yep.
And then, like I said, that's just millimeters. Here to there is a big difference of you beating Michael Todd and you losing to Michael Todd. That's my analogy. So,
and that's exactly how it went down.
So I think he needed that. Normally, Todd Hutchins, he had the one video right after the match, and I haven't heard a damn thing from him since.
So then we had, did I hear that correctly, after Michael was calling out Levon?
in his own kind of, yeah. He was saying he had 2 lanes or something like that. And you know what? Before Devin pulled John Brzenk, I thought once upon a time that Michael might have been the guy from a stylistic standpoint. I've heard Jerry Caderet said that he would be the one to because of his style. So who knows?
Interesting.
Yes, Phil Whitty, please be moderator. That'd be nice.
I'm going to see if I can figure that out right now.
Well, good. While you do that, I'll keep the show going.
Done.
Guys.
Phil Woody is now a moderator.
Nice. So, but it's weird because usually Todd Hutchins will get on a video, hey guys, or hey children, as he would say. And, he's just quiet. And it's like, I haven't heard anything. So I'm wondering if everything's all right. Then you keep hearing, okay, now it's going to be Todd and John Brzezinski. And now officially December 10th, it's, John Brzezinski and Michael Todd at the Monster Factory. I'm thinking, okay. What are your thoughts on that, Mr. Espey?
I don't know. I don't know what my thoughts are on that yet. I think we're talking about John and Michael.
Mm-hmm.
John seems like he has Michael figured out. And John has got a really powerful hand and wrist. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a good match. I mean, it's not such raw power as Corey West brought. John's going to have to be a little more technical, which of course he is. I think it was, I don't know. Like I never expected that outcome. Corey looked really good. Probably should have won that match.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit more stamina, just a little bit more stamina, and he would have probably had it because John was struggling. And when John even got in a good position, Corey surged and could pull him out of it.
I was just going to say that. Do you think Corey needs to work a little bit more on stamina?
Well, yeah. He's a big guy, man. It takes a lot of oxygen and a lot of blood to fuel that machine.
Well, what's he, like 435 maybe?
Yeah. Like, I'm not that heavy. And I feel like I need to, get in better shape.
Right. Hell, I feel like that. And I'm 235. I feel like that. Shit,
yeah. It's a tough one. I don't know. I think John can win it. I think John can probably still win that match.
I think people are going to go back to that match they had at UAL 8.
Yep.
And they're going to see that, the famous, where are you going, buddy type deal. And, I think they're going to go back to that because at that point, Michael Todd was on his game. He was on his game back then, Yeah,
he was. And then he tried to rip the pin pad off the table after the match. He was so pissed off.
Yeah. Well, you were there in person, weren't you?
I was. Yeah.
Yeah. So you saw that firsthand,
Yeah.
And how stacked that class was. Good Lord, man. Like just your class alone, when you had Michael, John decided to dip up in there, Richard Lepke's, Cataract was there. I'm thinking Derek Smith was there. This was like a, not the Derek Smith we know now, but the Derek Smith there. Matt Gertner. It was like, man, it was a who's who. And that was like one of the last great UALs. I think the last UAL 9 was the last Mike Gould Classic, I believe.
Yes.
But,
yeah, it was. Yeah.
But those were some good tournaments, man. So, but yeah, I think I don't know, man. Just, and I wondered because after Corey came off that match with Kradeka, and then he had a 2-week, in between to get his mind right for Brzezinski, I always wondered how that was going to unfold, And
you never know. Like, had that match not happened, maybe Corey would have ended up winning.
Right.
Against John. But, I mean, he took the match. It played out the way it played out.
Right. So, Ryan, tell me something. Where are we going to see you on one of these big cards? When are we going to see you on maybe a Monster Factory pay-per-view or East vs. West or, hell, King of Table, I guess, or maybe back on Arm Wars? When are we going to see that? Because I know our good buddy Jeff Frank is putting together TAL November 26th, people in British Columbia, just so you know.
He is doing that. And it looks like I'll be pulling Robbie Topi at that event.
Ah, yeah. Love it.
Yeah. So Robbie has been trying to get that match with me for a long time.
I thought you guys were pulling in September.
No. Well, it was always going to be Jeff putting it together.
Right.
So he moved the event to November.
Mm.
And, honestly, I probably wouldn't have taken the match in September because I'm spending the second half of August touring around Iceland.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I knew you guys were going to have the match. I just thought, it was going to be in September. I was talking with Topi at my event last month, and he kind of gave me the the lowdown stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, that would be a good batch. So once he's off vacation, I'm sure he's going to go back into the dungeon and get it going. You and I talked about that. Even though I lost 3-0 to Robbie, you told me that there was a lane that he got exposed of, and damn it to hell, I just put a video out not too long ago about once again grippers and does it have any carryover? And I'm like, yes and no, right? We understand squeezing a gripper, your hand goes back like this, but if you flip it over and you're squeezing like that, your fingers, straight through your fingers, which is what I needed in match 3 because I had Robbie, if you can say I had him on the ropes, and I had his fingers like this, and he slipped out. And I knew from there that was my only shot because I had nothing, absolutely nothing for him to strap. But, you're a lot stronger than me, so I know you have a game plan you'll put together. So,
well, Robbie's more dangerous in the strap for sure.
Yes.
So he's probably going to try to slip out.
Yeah.
But I had also a bit of a moment, we'll say. So I go through all my matches at Nationals and I pull Curtis Cameron, and I realize that my style has changed during COVID. And it's a weird thing because if I go to a high posting top roll, which I was forced to do after my match with Curtis Cameron because my side pressure was shot, I finished the rest of the day relatively easily, including pulling Curtis a second time.
Right.
Instead of just trying to blast through everyone sideways, which is kind of what I devolved into over the last 2 years. It was extremely effective against Michael Todd because of styles. But, I mean, when I pulled Corey West, not effective. I mean, I got the hit, but when it stopped, then I'm way out of position. And then, of course, it was an eye-opener there. It was an eye-opener with Curtis. And then it really was the final thing that made me think, what the hell am I doing? And so I'm going to try to go back. Although that style against Robbie Topi might be effective.
And that's smart, Ryan. The fact that you can actually bring that up, and all the viewers out there in the chat watching, watch your matches, because like you said, to sit there and go, okay, I've done this style to this person, relatively, awesome puller, and it worked. And so, of course, everyone's going to say, hey, why not? It's working for me. Why stop? But then because everybody is so different when it comes to styles in the sport, that what may work for this guy may not work for that guy, and you have to just readjust. And so sometimes I have a hard time doing that,
If I pulled Cody Merritt the same way that I pulled against Michael, I probably wouldn't win. Yeah. But that's never how I've pulled Cody Merritt. So why would I start now? And that's how I pulled him on that practice table too. But I mean, I've got the gold medal right here.
Yeah, there it is. You got to show that medal, man. You got to show that medal.
The effectiveness. Hey, Kenny, thank you. That was my birthday yesterday. Everyone's saying I've got some sun, but yeah.
All right, happy birthday, my friend. I was out off the grid. I had a 16-hour workday yesterday, so I was off the grid. So, and I'm
no worries. Kenny's excited because he's gonna get to see Robbie pull against me.
Yeah, he should. And where in British Columbia is that taking place, by the way?
I have no idea. Somewhere around Vancouver.
Yeah, I mean it's in the West region, people. Just so you know, because Jeff Frank now has relocated. He was in Matt Mask territory, and then he relocated Western Canada, so he's over there now. So,
yeah, And Macho Man was asking how he can upgrade his support of the channel. You just have to go in there and change the settings for your membership. I'm not sure how to do it off the top of my head.
There you go.
Although I do have a number of memberships to other people's channels.
I want to get a hold of Frank, but and you and I have talked about this off the air, and I don't want to get too far into it. I would love to be a part of that event on November 26th, but we're going to have to wait and see how things unfold. So,
yep. Well, I told him he had to bring me and my wife, so there you go.
Well, there you go. See, you go to Iceland, come back, train, go to Western Canada, and you pull a Topi. Now, is that the only match you got coming up, or you got Worlds coming up?
I mean, I'm not going to Worlds, but it's the only match I have coming up, and then you never know. Curtis Cameron might be heading west as well. I wouldn't be against a right-handed match with him.
What's Porkchop's real name?
That's Curtis Cameron.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I know at some point you guys are going to lock up and be like, okay, because, of all the big, remember the big power guys in our sport that that was the flavor of the month, the Porkchops, Mega Mike, Brandon Allen, Spotto, I think might have dabbed in it for a second. And then it kind of just went away. Porkchop's still pulling. Mega Mike, if he can stop getting injured. Brandon Allen, I mean, we haven't heard a whole lot about him after his match with King of Table 2 with Larry Wheels, but he still does his podcast. But I was wondering what happened to those guys.
I think they're still around. I just don't know exactly what they're doing. I mean, Spotto got handled pretty easily by Aiello. That was surprising, actually. I thought he'd have more for him. But since then, maybe he's backed off a little bit.
Because it was like, I was interested to see how those guys were doing our sport. Anytime you have an athlete that crosses over from one sport to another, you kind of put the eyes on him to see, how he do. Like Larry, like I'm interested to see how the next time if Khalid's going to arm wrestle again.
I don't think so, man. I think he's probably finished.
Yeah.
Before he barely got started.
He was interesting to see, like just the hand strength. It was like, and I'm a hand guy as it is anyway. And to watch him, just like take Larry Wheels and just control him, might just do all this to him, anything he wanted to. It was like, good Lord, the potential that guy had. But I understand that's not his thing. So.
An interesting question here. GB says, Ryan, when a competitor talks smack and gets in your face, does that make you want to smash him even more? I am going to tell you that it has been a very, very long time since someone got in my face.
Well, what's your answer?
Yeah, I guess it would motivate me right at the moment someone got in my face. It would probably just piss me off and make me want to do something different.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those situations where I guess when you've been in the sport long enough, like you and I have, of course, you've been in the sport longer than me, but for me, 12 years in the sport, we've always, we've come across guys who would actually do that, maybe to try to psych themselves or get in my head or whatever. And all I do is stay quiet. I'm just kind of going, okay, all right. And then I just get into this trance where it's like going, okay, motherfucker, then I get locked in and stuff. And then, on the go, I'm just going to blast that guy as hard as I can. It might be sideways. It might be back. It might be coming in. He doesn't know what's coming to him, But if it ever gets to that point where people want to start doing other things than arm wrestling, then you've lost because, we try to keep our sport as, I guess you could say, professional as possible. But sometimes you get these newbies out here who just do that bullshit and they see what they see on TV and think that's what it takes. Like, come on, man.
Well, we're not fighting. That's the thing. We're not fighting. So if someone's going to step into my space and get right in my face, that has nothing to do with arm wrestling.
Right.
So we're not squaring up as if we're fighting the next night on pay-per-view. We're arm wrestling. So if you're going to get in my face, you know, it would be weird. It'd be weird. I'll say that.
And and we've seen videos. I mean, how many views did that one match with Michael Todd and Beijing got? You remember that one?
Yeah, that got heated. I was standing right next to those guys.
I mean, you give us some insight because Ryan, you were there. There was two separate ones, but the one you were there was the one everyone sees. But
Travis was pulling the strings, man. At no point did Travis want to fight him. He was just trying to mess with him. And when he got away with that massive elbow foul, Michael was heated. And then all this, I don't think they were ever going to like scrap. But
no, but it's in the moment. And
in the moment, maybe somebody would have got slapped.
But come on, Charles Fisk,
But we have
rest his soul.
God rest his soul, yeah.
But dude, come on. Travis actually pulls and does this.
Oh yeah, I was 5 feet away when it happened. I was like, oh my God. I was actually standing next to Devin, and then all of a sudden they're like, Michael's going at him, and the Grippler's in the middle trying to break it up. Like it was the weirdest thing. And the only time I've ever really heard of other than John Dabo getting punched by a ref. But we heard that about that scrap that kind of killed what the hell was that show? The Travis Tom Nelson incident.
Oh, talking about Game of Arms?
Or Game of Arms, yeah.
Yeah, there's that, because Travis is one of those characters. I think he's funny, honestly.
Yeah.
But he has some quirks to him where it's like going, all right, dude, it's all fun and games until you end up, saying something that's kind of crosses the line. I mean, he said some things that crossed the line with the Larrett family. So
of course he has. And with Travis, he's the most entertaining guy in the world as long as you don't have to arm wrestle against him.
Yeah.
He's tough to pull against because he talks shit at the table better than anybody.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. And people try to emulate that. It's not Devin tries to emulate that. It's not the same.
It's different. Like Travis, man, it gets in your head. You want to kill him.
Right.
But it's throwing you off your game.
And that's what he wants you to do.
He's an expert at it.
Phil Woody says, Uncle John versus Travis Bajan, poll for the worst elbow foul.
I was a candidate of that competition once. We got to talk about Macho Man Arm Wrestling, though, with the $5 super chat. It says, thank you both for the great show you guys do. It starts my week off right. Thank you, sir.
That a boy. And he's been making some gains, too, by the way, just so everybody knows out there. He's been putting in work. And Ryan, are you aware of my series I got going on, The Challenge?
Yes.
But so he's involved in it. And, Macho Man's been involved in it. And he has a match with a guy named Brennan Till out of Sandpoint, Idaho. His brother's pulling me. Their teammates pull another fellow Oregonian. And we're going to go up there, Sandpoint, Idaho, August 20th. And I call it The Challenge because, let's be real, these guys are amateurs, okay? So, and this goes back. The reason why I call it The Challenge is because I made a post not too long ago. It was last month, and it was about me challenging Robbie Topi. And for anything, Topi could have said no, love you to death, love what you do, love your family, but I just don't think you're on my level. Which I would have said, hey man, thanks for even listening to what I had to say. Now then, he came to my event, smacked me 3-0. Cool, no big deal. Now me going over there to Idaho, I'm the Robbie Topi in this scenario, right? So the guy, David Till, gets his brother, calls out Aaron. Their teammate, Jason, calls out our fellow Oregonian, Nick Maurer. But the thing is, though, is that all those guys in Idaho are training partners where Nick Maurer, Aaron Yearsley, and myself we live from Oregon, but we don't live anywhere near each other. We have separate teams, and I guess David kind of planned it that way. So we're going to go up there against some amateurs, right? And basically it's them challenging us. Not a big deal, right? I'm okay with that because hopefully, you know, by us going there, it'll bring more people to our event. Cool. Hey, maybe Robbie Toby might go. You never know, right? He's from Idaho, so there it is, right? So maybe he'll go there. But the thing is, it's all about people challenging one another, right? We talk about Chance Shaw, you know, challenging Ron Bath. We talk about, you know, everybody challenging people. And we need that. I mean, we just saw Paul Lynn challenge BJ Fakakis. Did it work? Not really, but he challenged him. And I think, you know,
Fun
some
match,
people,
though.
what's that?
Fun match.
Yeah. But I think people are starting to, you know, miss the boat as far as, you know, everyone's so worried about winning and, you know, clout. And if I lose, oh my God, it's going to be on social media and everybody will see me lose. They think I'm a loser. And it's not about that, people. I mean, if you're worried about winning that much, then, you know, or lose, I should say losing, then, you know, this is the wrong sport because we all are going to take our L's in this sport no matter what. And so my whole, you know, not to get off, you know, my soapbox, but the whole purpose of that statement I had last month is because if you want to get the sport back to where it is, it's all about challenging ourselves. It wasn't about the money. At least when I got into it, it was all about who was going to be at what tournament. Oh, he's going to be there. I'm in. That's how tournaments were back then. And hell, at that point, I think first place might have been $300. That people kind of, you know, turn their nose up at that stuff now, you know, because of, you know, the big pie in the sky or whatever. But, you know, it was all about that. And I think we need to get back to that. So when you have these, you know, young, hungry guys who are amateurs, and by the way, they're strong as oxes, first and foremost. It's time to go ahead and say, look, man, it's all about challenging. If I lose, I lose. You know, that's just the way it is. Ain't gonna happen that way, but I'm just saying, you know, if I lose, I lose. But we should never be scared of challenges. You know, I'm in this sport to compete. I'm not in here to make money. I have a job for that. Ryan, you have a job for that. We're not in this sport to make money. So it's a hobby I like to do. Am I an elite arm wrestler? No, I am not. I'll be the first, second, and third person to tell you that, right? I do it as a hobby because I like to compete. I will go to a tournament. If I win, cool. If I lose, all right, back to the drawing board. I just like doing that. And I think social media is kind of frowned upon that because it all kind of made us into these alter egos where I cannot lose, I cannot lose, I cannot lose. And if they do lose, and God forbid it's on social media, then all of a sudden they go into this cave for a while. You don't hear from them. And it shouldn't be like that. That's all. So that's enough about that, you guys. Sorry, I thought my soapbox with that, but
soapbox is okay.
as we were saying,
now I've often criticized Chance Shaw for being that guy in the past that, you know, was kind of shying away. But what it seems like to me is all of a sudden he's taken on all challengers.
And I like that. If you want to be an elite, and I think Chance on the cusp, you know, he's gone to East versus West. Okay, didn't work out. He's pulled John Brezink. That didn't work out. He did pull BLM, you know, which I think that was a mismatch to begin with. That's just my opinion.
Agreed.
You know? He asked Ron Bath. You know, he pulled Todd Hutchins, didn't work out. So he's challenging himself. Now, does anybody think
is he pulling BJ at one of the Monster Factory events? Didn't they announce that?
Yeah, I think so. And look at BJ now. Now he's on this, you know, roller coaster ride. I want to see Wayne Withers out there, you know, at some point, because he's been kicking ass, you know. So it's always good. I think the thing about the Monster Factory that, yeah, you're going to have the big draw with the Hutchins and the, you know, Brzezinks of the world, but then you also bring out other people that people don't get to see, you know. Now BJ's made a name for himself in the Monster Factory pay-per-views that, like, hell, you know, give it to him. Why not? Paul Lynn made his name now. So I like where we're going here, you know, and with the Arm Wars and King of the Tables and, you know, East versus West and Monster Factory and all that kind of stuff going on. Hell, even our sports entertainment with Tim Talmadge doing big things, you know, and I like where we're going as a sport. We just got to make sure we do our best to sustain that, you know?
Yeah, I agree. And I also saw something that I thought was very interesting, and I want to make sure I didn't dream this. So I'm
Okay.
gonna look it up quick here. I need to. Now, we had a couple of guys where they were supposed to pull.
This ought to be good.
There it is. Did Robbie Burnett just end up pulling Corey West somewhere? Did I dream that?
Like I said, the weekend was shocked. I've been busy doing this, that, and the other. But I will say this: Robbie Burnett, for all intents and purposes, was going to retire, and they were trash talking each other. I guess something was said that by Corey that rubbed Robbie the wrong way, and
that was
Robbie's like, "Forget it, I'm not pulling no more." But he actually didn't make the tournament. Now, I think it was the same tournament you pulled Corey in. Actually, he was supposed to be there.
Yeah, he was supposed to be there. There was supposed to be something else going on.
Now,
but I could have swore that they just pulled somewhere. Maybe I'm imagining this.
Well, I mean, Robbie Burnett did come back because the first. Let's talk about this too. Greg Sharp, his first of 4 events. Lock and loaded. The first one took place over the weekend in Dallas, Texas. Robbie was there. And just kind of, I don't want to say he came off the couch, but he was there. And good morning over the top TV. How are we doing? And, he made some noise. I think he took first or second. Now, I don't know if Corey was there, but, Robbie came out of nowhere and just, hey, this is still my sport. You're in my hometown. Why not? But yeah. That was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. Yeah, no, I'm looking at it. Travis Badgett Locked and Loaded Tournament, July 16th. They're on the stage in the middle. We've got Corey West, Robbie Burnett, and looks like Tank.
Oh, Patricio?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what it looks like to me. So they met on the table.
I'm about to do some research today then and just kind of thumb through this. My body's sore. I might do one workout today and then kind of watch some stuff and get caught up before I go to work today. But that was awesome,
And we had today was my first training day after nationals.
How you feel?
Sore, old.
Yeah,
but things are going to change real quickly for me. So just keep an eye out. I'm doing some.
November 26th. That's all you need to be concerned about, especially if you're not going to Worlds.
My goal is to be, considerably lighter. I won't say exactly what. I have another little series that is on this channel you guys should watch too. But you'll see some stuff happening.
I like that. I like the little mini series you got going on because now Cody Merritt's got a mini series going on, and that's Cody Merritt. Cool.
Apparently, him and Corey are going to pull left-handed at Monster Factory.
Really?
That was that's what I'm hearing.
Wow. Okay.
So I need to get my act together and get back up there.
Yeah, we need to see you on one of these cars, my friend. What the hell's going on over here?
Well, I get by Robbie. I'll be going against I'll be trying to get the winner of those two. That one happens just after my match.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing too. I mean, don't take this the wrong way, but November 26th in America, that's Thanksgiving time. You guys celebrate Thanksgiving in October, do you not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird. I did not realize that was competing. Holy shit. Jody.
Yes.
That Chance Shaw Ron Bath match is this weekend.
I knew it. You know what? I knew it was coming up because, if you go on Facebook and you see those right before the post, you see all those pictures of those short films or whatever. And Chance had a footage of training for Ron Bath. He's at some kind of concert having a beer or whatever. I'm thinking,
Yeah. No.
If that's the youth talking or is that the liquid courage talking? I don't know, but
let's do a prediction. Who's it going to be? Ron Bath or Chance Shaw?
Bath.
I'm gonna pick against you, man. I think Chance is gonna win this one.
Well, it depends if it goes in the strap.
Either way.
Because if it goes in the strap, I think Bath controls that.
I don't think so, man. I think Chance Shaw's got this one.
And what event is that being at anyway?
It's called East Side Arm Brawl Tournament.
Never heard of it.
Southgate, Michigan. Is that what MI stands for? Michigan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, I swear, Chance Shaw loves to go to Michigan.
Yeah, I don't know why. That seems pretty far for him, but whatever.
I want Chance to win. I think Bath will get it. But you know, like I said, Chance Shaw needed that match, that win against BLM, because you know he's coming off some whoppers. You know, like, dude, like, come down a notch, build some momentum, then go back up and try it again. So I like the way the way he's going at it. He's more active now. Corey West is more active now. Derek Smith's kind of here and there. So, I mean,
yeah, where's Derek Smith been? I haven't seen any match announcements.
He has a match coming up, the next East vs. West, I believe, but he's going at a different, you know, he's taking like, oh, I'm going to pull this guy and then I'm going to take 5 months off or 6 months off, pull this guy. And that's the route he's going. So,
yeah, there's something else interesting. And I know we're catching up on 2 weeks worth of stuff, so it's all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think about Matt Mask and his latest match announcement?
Did I miss it?
Let me see if I can find it here.
Like I guess, and guys, you know, I've been out of the loop for a while because work's been running me ragged. Our family just put on our first annual LOD basketball camp last week, so we've been my brain's been fried off of that. So,
well, I mean, they're not giving him any matches, any easy ones, but I think it's Irakli.
Oh, damn. New haircut and all, huh?
God. Like, they're not. I mean, good for him for taking the matches, but my goodness.
Hey, what did I always say? The challenge. It's all about challenges. I hope that resonates with everybody out there. The challenge. Challenge yourself. You know, that's what it comes down to, right? Why would you not do that?
Of course you would do it. I want to see.
Phil Woody just said Chance Shaw and Ron Bath are December 10th.
What? Okay, I got to go back here and make sure I'm not mistaken.
No,
I swore I just saw that.
Ron Bath, Chance Shaw, December 10th. That's also the Monster Factory event. That's also a Washington State event put on by Tim Tallmadge and Armed Sports Entertainment.
Okay, I'm looking at the poster right here.
Okay.
Chance Shaw yesterday said 6 days, Ron Bath, July 23rd, 2022.
There you go. Phil Woody, there you go. There you go. Stevie Diamond, what's up, man? How you doing today?
So, yeah, Matt's not getting any easy matches. And, I mean, is Irakli, I mean, he's a small step down.
Right.
From the last guy. But, I mean, holy man. That's a tough opponent. Benjamin
McCabe's in the house. What's up, Mr. McCabe? Let me ask you a question, Ryan. I mean, because you've been on Arm Wars. You're no stranger to that league. What do you think about the Arm Wars, you know, everyone trying to get on that, you know? Like, Uncle John made a video, you know, and everyone say, hey, I should be on Arm Wars because ... What do you think about all that?
Everyone should be trying to get on that show.
Yeah.
The production's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's something to aspire to.
Yeah. And what I think, and even Uncle John has stated time and time again, once you get on there, it's like, this is for me. I don't care about nothing else. I mean, I'll do it, but priority number one is Arm Wars. And he's even stated that. And Brian, you've been on there tons of times, you know.
I have an open invitation to go back. So,
man, see, it's almost like, you know, you win the Arnold, you can go back whenever you want. You don't have to qualify for nothing. You know.
Neil told me all I got to do is say the word and I'm back. We just need to find an opponent.
Ooh, so who would you be shooting for? That'd be interesting, because you sit back, you're a super heavyweight, and you got all the credentials, national titles, world titles, Hall of Fame, and you sit back, you kind of go, okay, now I may not be on these East versus West cards, but I know somebody over there. I know I can beat that guy, or I can have a good match with. When you sit back there and watch all those guys do that, what goes through your mind?
Basically just looking for, holes and people that might be a good match. And, I know there's guys on those East versus West card that I can beat.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I reached out to Ingen, I did get offered a match at one time.
For Ingen's event?
Yeah, Ingen did offer me Arif Artem, right-handed. But this was shortly after my injury.
Oh, good one, Ingen. Good one.
Yeah. So there's no way I could have taken it.
Everyone's saying
you take a win, you get offered a match, you take a loss, sometimes they pass you up a little bit. So I'm coming off of a loss, and a win at Nationals, a loss in my last super match. So I don't know. We'll see. It needs to be the right thing. And maybe it is Stevie Diamond saying Alex again. So, I get everything back clicking again, and maybe it's Alex and me left-handed.
Because, when you see it, and you also have to look at it this way. I got to find somebody who's left hand dominant. So that way it's kind of like, okay, it can kind of even the playing field. Now, let's just say I'm going to throw a name at you and you tell me what you think. Okay. Let's just say, and it can be either Ingen's event or it can be Neil Pickup's event. What would you say? Left-handed match, Ryan Espey, Wagner, Bortolato.
100%.
Would that be a match you'd be interested in?
Yep.
And I'm like thinking, okay, left hand. That right there, that could be something.
I asked for that match years ago, before Wagner ever set foot in WAL. I said I would pull Wagner left-handed, and all of a sudden he was in WAL pulling Devin left-handed. So it was weird, because at the time WAL was not doing left at all.
Yeah, how convenient. The one left-handed match they had, you had it, and I thought it was I don't want to say that match was a joke, but it was just like, come on.
Now, and Wagner pulled Hermes, wasn't it? Man, was a right-handed match, wasn't it?
I think so.
Which was weird, because Wagner is not comparable right to left, and Hermes is on a tear.
Right. So, and you have to really dig deep for these left-handed matches. Like, okay, we know the Cody Merritts and the Bajans, Espeys of the world, Bartolatos. You got to go back and go, okay, everybody in the world, it seems like, is pulling right-handed, which is fine. That's why you get all these matches. But then you really got to dig deep to get that left-handed match. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Stevie Diamond saying it, or no, Jay saying it was a right-handed or left-handed match. Yeah, Hermes looked really good. I've never pulled Tony Tomlinson, Benjamin.
Ooh, there's another one now. See, he is the reigning King of California left-hand puller, as Derek Smith is the King of California right-hand puller. So that'd be another one. And you're about to pull Robbie Topi, so there's another one there. So you really got to dig deep for these. I think it's hard to find a left-handed puller internationally, as opposed to North America.
Yeah, no, I agree. And you never know where people are at.
Right. That's just coming from a left-hander, a fellow left-handed puller myself. So, yeah, it is, Espey, Prudnik left. Ooh.
I don't know what Prudnik's left is like at all. I don't know if I've ever seen him have a left-handed match.
Not to my knowledge.
The right arm's coming along. If you see, I did some after pulling with pork chop, right-handed. Now, granted, he was tired, so don't ever take a right hand match. But
Right.
from what I felt, my right felt pretty good. And I feel like I could do well in a match with him right-handed.
Benjamin McCabe said something. Let's get Tony Tomlinson and Espey this year or early next. Well, you know, that sounds good, Benjamin, and maybe I can help with that. This year, the way timing lands, I don't know, because you got to remember, Espey's going on vacation, as he talked about earlier in the show, in August, and then you got September, and then he's going to be gearing up for Robbie Topi, which is in November. And I don't want to sit there and speak for Ryan, but I think that might be it for the 2022 season, or year, I should say. However, next year, I can do my best to, call a couple guys and go, hey, what do you think about this? Let's make this thing happen, because that would be cool.
It would have to be Stevie Diamond. I'd take that match tomorrow.
Because I'm good friends with a certain promoter here in North America that might make that happen. Actually, I'm friends with two of them that might, in North America, Canada included, that might, there's a hint right there. I know two promoters, one in Canada, one in the U.S., that may be able to make that match. I just got to talk to them more about it. And, because if you think about it, all it takes, it's a domino effect. This sport's a domino effect now. All it takes is one match, right? Two bulls getting at it, and all of a sudden, all the rest will fall into place. That's all it takes.
Yeah, I'd be interested. Okay, Prudnick pulled Tobias left. Tobias Sperong beat Prudnick left 3-0 in East versus West.
There you go. Because honestly, and then Robbie Topi beat Tomlinson at Kenny Boston Memorial back in May this year, 3-0.
Yeah.
So, yes, sir. Man, let me work on that, Ryan. Let me work on that. Throw some feelers out there. I'm gonna work on that and see, because like I said, this year might be but next year, let me go ahead and see if I can get things going.
Yeah. Well, buddy, let's. We're going to talk about world medals. Remember we had that short discussion. And I said, wait till you see the difference in the medals.
My favorite part of the episode right here.
This is the one from Turkey in 2018. That's a gold. Okay.
Ah, yes.
This is a gold from Canada, 2003.
Wow, 2003 must have been man, that's pretty darn big, man.
So, pretty good. I'd be happy with either one of these.
Right.
Okay.
Wait for it, guys.
1 year. I'm going to keep the Canada one up here, and I'm going to show you the 2002 world first place gold medal, super heavyweight, left-handed.
Now, before you put the other one up, this one you're about to show, 2002, United States WAF Worlds, right?
Yeah.
United States was the host country, people.
United States that in mind. The host country.
What the fuck, man? I mean, what's the flip?
Those are two represent the exact same weight class.
So you got two worlds. One is 2002 on your left. 2003 is on your right. And I'm like going, the one on the left looked like a pair of earrings to somebody. A pair of earrings. Yeah. Like, I mean, I like the thickness, but come on. It's like,
I mean, it's
I've seen cookies bigger than that.
Yeah. So, of all my medals, this is the first WAF Worlds that I won. And it's, it's not even as thick as 3 fingers.
So, let me ask you a question. Your first ever WAF World, world title. And you're like,
here's a point of reference for you. That's in front of my iPhone screen.
Oh my Lord! So let me ask you this. So when you got that WAF World, right? And what was what were you thinking? Like, what was going through your mind?
Well, I was elated because I just won the worlds, but
And I'm gonna go
it
ahead and
was
get
when
my
I got home and I was showing off this gold medal from the worlds.
mhm.
I was like, oh, well, this is not really a medal that I would think would be worthy of a world championship.
I think your nationals that year was bigger than that.
It was. I have like national medals that are, even bigger than those WAF ones, the other ones that I showed you.
I mean, hell, I mean, you saw mine 2 weeks ago where my IFA second place world medal was like that big.
Yeah.
And my third place nationals from 5 years earlier was like that much. It could fit inside that,
Yeah.
And then, the one I got, the WAF medal I got from 99, right? That was given to me as a, gift souvenir, and that the thickness on that was like, wow, but still, I mean, that one right here, it's like, I think my wife, if she can find a matching set of earrings, she can just wear them on her ears, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Not that I'm ever gonna, complain too much about it, but
no, but I mean, it's like here's the thing,
so
dude.
much money to go to a world championship. It should at least be
Right. Well, I mean, it's like when you win a professional sports, you win that championship, and everyone's looking forward to that ring ceremony, right? The championship ring, and you're like, oh, what's the design going to look like? And I'm kind of like that, right? So I kind of go, okay, I can't wait for it. You get to the venue, in arm wrestling, all of a sudden it's like, man, those medals look nice. That motivates me to go ahead and kick some butt on the table. I'm, if I go to Worlds in 2002, I think that was in Illinois.
Springfield, Illinois. Yep.
Yeah. So if you go to Illinois and all of a sudden you're like, oh, okay, so these are the medals, huh? Do I really want to win that? I mean, you don't want to be like that, because if you do win it, hey, it's more of I'm a world champion. I got the medal to prove it. No one can take that from you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty interesting. And I will say this: Janice and Leonard has upped their game up since then, because you saw the IFA medals; those things are freaking like
significantly.
Yeah. So
and I've got a bronze medal from the Worlds in Mesquite, Nevada. That.
Oh yeah.
You
got that handy right now or no?
It's out in my gym, but
yeah,
it's significant.
You should make a YouTube clip on your channel about all the awards you won, because I'm a sucker for that. I mean, I don't pull for money, but I've always pulled for awards, because to me, why I say that's because they all have a story behind them. So
yeah,
and they motivate me. So yeah, you should do a video on that one of these days.
I should.
Yeah.
Well, Jody, I think on Monday we're gonna have something to talk about with this Chance Shaw Ron Bath match.
Yes, and I'm telling you what, I'm gonna be locked and loaded, because I'll be back, because I know I'm not training Saturday, because we have the Joe Wood Invitational, not this coming Saturday, but the following Saturday. So my team is done training on the table, so we won't be practicing this Saturday. So my eyes will be glued to the set. So whoever's having it live.
Yeah, and we should put a wrapper up for the day. We've been on here an hour, and we've been all over the place and covered a lot of things.
Yes, everybody, thank you. You know what I forgot to say, Ryan?
What's that?
Every show, before we begin, I always tell the people like and subscribe. I did not do that today, and I feel bad for saying that.
Oh man.
Oh, see what happens when you take a week off? Your mind goes everywhere. So, yes, everybody, please like and subscribe.
Yep, and head on over to Jody's channel as well. It is in the video description.
Yes, and Arm Sports. Hey, check them out, because Scott McGinnis is still putting up clips from the this past Canadian Nationals. Uncle John was on the mic, so right now I'm in the I got the clip up here. I'm in the Masters right hand 100 kilo class. So right now I'm kind of checking out people like Masters class, right? Okay.
Yep.
So Kane Helmsing, I'm watching him right now. So
you're gonna get to see Earl Wilson pretty soon.
Yes.
When it gets up to the supers.
Oh my God, Ryan. I think I told you that last time. If there's a way we can get him on, that would be super.
I'd get him on.
Because
he typically hates this kind of thing, but well,
I know, but it's like, he's kind of like Chafee, where they really don't do a lot of interviews. But I would be ecstatic if you can get him on, because he's one of the guys that I like. And I don't see too many clips of him. And thank you, Scott McGinnis, because he's the reason why I get to see all those clips of him, because I saw his pulling style, his energy, and I like that kind of stuff. I just don't see too much of it. And, to have them on there, would be awesome. I'm telling you, man, there's guys out there I would love to see on a podcast show. Earl Wilson, Gary Goodrich, Lupke's, few and far between. Hell, you know who I would love to see one of these days? Probably will never happen. I would love to see Bill Brezink on one of these shows one day.
That would be interesting.
Because I'm telling you right now, man, for all you new cats out there, there's so many pullers that you don't even know about that lay down the foundation. And I'm telling you right now, guys like Earl Wilson, he was just kicking all kind of, butt up and down North America. I mean, that guy has gone to Worlds and just, I'm going to go ahead and medal. I think he went, correct me if I'm wrong, Ryan, 2009, Italy, WAF Worlds. And he went there and took gold in 4 classes, did he not?
Who are we talking about?
Earl Wilson.
Earl has twice taken 3 golds and a silver.
Yes, I think 2009 was one of them in Italy. And I remember that one because the only one that sticks out, is the match that Tim Breslin had with George Sass, and then a fight almost broke out. So that one kind of sticks out. But that same tournament, Earl walked away with 3 gold medals, Masters and Open. So it's like, wow, you know what I mean? So those are the guys people should be looking at. And like I said, if it wasn't for guys like Scott McGinnis out there, I don't know if you're still watching. If it wasn't for guys like Scott McGinnis out there, who does those profiles, and he has all those highlight clips. I mean, I'm telling you, man, you guys need to know your history. You know what I mean?
Yep, exactly. Well, buddy, let's wrap her up for the week.
Yes, sir.
And we will be back same time, same place next week.
All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Welcome back, by the way, everyone. Ryan, welcome back. And yes, my friend, we're going to have something to talk about next Monday. And y'all take care. Be nice to one another.
Be good to everybody.